Hi, it's Leah here to tell you about Dr. Anthony Pannozzo. He's a pain specialist located in southern Palm Beach County. So if you are somebody that you know is suffering in pain, Dr. Pannozzo is the one you guys need to call. And make that call today because living in pain is no way to go through life. Dr. Pannozzo has been in practice now for more than 49 years. He's treated more than 73,000 patients for pain. He's an expert when it comes to diagnosing the pain, and he has had huge turnarounds. In fact, people with living with scoliosis, he has had nearly a 100% turnaround. Lumbar pain as well. If you've got lower back pain, if you're suffering with migraines or flat feet pain, maybe pain in your elbows, your neck, your shoulders, Dr. Pannozzo can help you. And the greatest thing is he can help you without drugs, without surgery, and without having to go through weeks and months of rehabilitation. Give him a call today. Set up an appointment. It's 561-381-5800. Tune into his show Sundays, 11 to noon. And now, here's this week's edition of the Dr. Pannozzo Sports and Medicine Hour.
Good morning, everybody, and
Hello.
welcome to another great show. Again, I want to introduce all the people that helped put the show together. The very famous Colleen, who's our producer, who takes the calls and promises to put it right through to us. We take every call that comes across the board. Freddy Santori from amp2.tv, and Linda, who stepped out. I think she went to the bathroom, Freddie?
I don't
Linda,
know.
and always Gio, who's handling all our calls, and the most important person here. Well, actually, it's me, but no, it's you, Dr. Pannozzo. Today is going to be a
I
special.
was hoping you were going to get to me sooner or later.
Well, we always serve the best for last. I mean, you're the main guy. We can't start off with you.
Okay, so I'll see you next week.
See you next week. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Today we're going to talk about something that I think is kind of ruining our country, and I hate to be political, but insurance. Here's something that I always have to ask you, because you deal with insurance companies all the time. Why are insurance companies not giving people the option to go to the doctor or the physician that knows what they're doing instead of just saying, "Oh, I don't honor that"? Why? Why are they doing this?
You mean the select panel?
Yes.
In network and out of network. And
That's the guys.
HMOs.
Yeah, those are the guys.
It's all false. I mean, it's stupid. How do they select you?
Yeah, how do they know what you do?
They don't know. Most HMOs don't have a musculoskeletal physician like me on.
Why?
I don't know. They just don't. The management is not that good. If you talk to some of these people, they're holes in the management. They just don't understand anything.
Mm-hmm.
Their attitude is to restrict service. That's what Obamacare did when they passed that law. Guess what happened? You can't get service from the insurance companies very easily. And the deductibles are huge. And like $2,500 before they'll pay for anything.
Right.
I mean, who needs that? Consequently, the stock price of all these companies went through the roof.
Wow.
And Humana just got bought out for $239 a share. And I didn't take advantage of that. I didn't buy that.
None of us did, I guess.
But you could have
Sitting here.
bought all you want 2 years ago for
Right.
$33, $29 Humana.
So they make good money on those companies.
So with Obamacare, they don't pay anything out, and they get a huge amount of money. Now what do they do with it? They buy other companies with it.
Mm-hmm.
They're not paying it out for service.
Right.
They're doing less and less. They accumulate more and more, and then they buy other companies. Now Aetna just bought Humana. Huge amount of money that was spent there. Where'd they get it? Well, they got it from the premiums. That's where they get it. And you and me, we're paying for this stuff. And do we get anything out of it? No, we don't.
So on your practice.
Okay, now they figured out where the big money goes, and so now they have a panel who tells you can't do that. Now, none of these people who determine that are in your office with you with the patient.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm responsible to the patient. When you come in my office, I'm responsible to you. I have
Correct.
to take care of you. If I do something that the insurance companies don't want to pay for, they'll say, well, it's experimental or this, that, and the other.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, how the hell do you know? You don't have a practice like this. None of you people. Does a nurse practitioner know what I'm going to do?
No.
I don't even know what I'm going to do. You can't know until the patient is in front of you, and you find out from the history what they want treated. Then you find out how they got it. Then you examine. Then you do your special films. That's what we do. And then we offer a treatment right then and there. But some of these, like Coventry. Coventry says, well, you can't just do any treatment. We have to approve it. I said, well, how long does it take? Well, maybe a month. And there's a company in New Jersey who does it for Coventry. And I won't deal with Coventry. I said, look, you will come in my office, you want to treat it, I'm going to treat you. You pay for it, have your insurance company pay for it. I don't care. I'm doing the service. You're going to be happy. I'll make you happy. And that's the contract between us. But if an insurance company says, well, we're not going to pay for that because you have to go through a company in New Jersey, I said, well, go to New Jersey then. Why bother me? I don't want to be bothered. I'm doing the service. And they have no right to tell me what to do unless they're in that office with me to examine this patient with me, and they know more than I do, and that's not going to happen.
Well, I know something. I took it upon myself to write a letter to the insurance companies. I did, because I know that unless someone is in your office and you look at them, insurance company cannot determine what you do unless they come there. And I hope you don't mind, Doc. I invited a couple insurance companies to come in and see what you do.
Great.
Okay, just want to let you know.
Well, we just got a question from your chat box on Pannozzo.tv, and they're asking the same question. If I pay you, and then I deal with the insurance company to get reimbursed, they're still going to want to come and see what you do in order to reimburse me.
Right. They'll still want to know, and then they can refuse it. They could say, well, that's...
Well, then that's between me and the insurance company.
Right.
That's right. So you should not let an insurance company get between you and your doctor. If your doctor's doing a great job for you, pay the guy. That's what he's there for, to earn a living. And if it's done honestly, the prices are right, just pay it and then deal with that insurance company. Now, if they ignore you, drop them. If enough people drop an insurance company, they're not going to make any money.
That's true, because I know doctors that are friends of mine that have a big sign on their placard that says, we do not take insurance.
Right.
And the people come in, they says, look, I'll give you the papers, you fill it out. I'm here to do one thing, to make you feel better. That's it.
Right. Now, the insurance company is out to save money. In other words, if you do things that they don't understand, they won't pay you.
No, because they can't make money on it.
You can't even get to the people who make that decision. Now, there are specialties that don't do this kind of work. Orthopedic surgeons don't do this kind of work. I mean, if we're going to treat a low back pain, you don't want surgery,
right?
But they'll have a surgeon look at the record and determine whether you know what you're talking about or not. It is totally unfair, and there is nobody in the world knows as much about low back pain as I do, or scoliosis,
or migraine.
I did the research on all this. See, they haven't. Are they going to ask me why? How should we approach this? No, they just make a determination. We're not going to pay for it.
Which is
it's really strange.
It's patently dishonest. It is absolutely dishonest.
Well, an orthopedic surgeon wants to operate on you. They're going to pay that.
Yeah, they'll pay that. Yeah.
Because he's going to explain the procedure of what he's operating on. He's not explaining that he's not going to cure you. He's not explaining the pain afterwards, the rehab.
See, the doctors and the nurse practitioners are used to that kind of reasoning. They don't know what the hell that surgeon's doing to you. They don't know.
They don't care.
Even know. I don't even know why they operate on anything. None of it needs to be done. If you know how to treat the low back pain and you know the physiology of pain production, that's in my book, by the way. Buy it. It's good.
Yeah, if you want to, Freddy, tell them how they can get that book right now if they want to learn about what Dr. Pannozzo does. Since you set it up at PayPal,
you go to Pannozzo.tv, where the chat room is as well, and there's a store in there. You can order as many books as you want right through his store.
It has to go to Amazon because I don't have these books.
Oh, okay. Amazon has it. Okay.
Yeah,
well, you can go to Amazon. We can go to Amazon.
Yeah,
Once they order it, we get it from anywhere. But you can go to Amazon.com.
Yeah, you can get.
What's the name of the book, Doc?
Arthritis and Other Pain Syndromes, and my name's on the bottom of that. And the retail, it's $20. You can get a used one for $7. Let me tell you what a hamburger costs: $7, $8. It's gone in 5 minutes. You spend $7 in this book or $20, and you have.
That's true, though.
Les, they can't hear me. Les, you're. He's having such a good time.
He's laughing.
This book lasts forever, unless you burn it. The things in there you want to know. So remember, a hamburger that goes away in 5 minutes, or the book that lasts forever. Buy the book; it's a good deal.
Well, I have one better than that. You could get rid of your migraines for what it costs you for a week at Starbucks coffee. I mean, it's amazing. I was telling people a story about this. Is, I hope you don't mind if I share this. There's a lady that I know for a lot of years who lives across the street from me, who always, every once in a while I see in Starbucks, said, "How you doing?" And she works for another radio station, and she told me a story about how migraines are so bad. And I said, "Well, what do you do?" She said, "Well, my regular doctor told me to go to this to a dermatologist who's going to give me Botox." I said, "Tell me it works." She said, "Wes, not only didn't it work, but my headaches got worse." And I said, "Yeah, of course, you're putting snake." I told her about you. She said, I got to see this. I said, "Go." She called me up and said, "I went to Pannozzo.tv and I saw these guys. Amazing." I said, "People don't believe it because everyone's telling them that it can't be done." And the insurance companies are probably saying the same thing. How could you cure it?
That's the same kind of people.
Yeah.
They don't have, and they won't walk in my office and find out, hey, we're not going to go to a lowly physician's office. We're the elite. We make decisions. You know what? You're dishonest.
Yeah,
what it is.
Because they're hurting the patient.
Yeah.
I think everyone has the right, the difference between us and the animal kingdom is we have the right to reason. I mean, I was telling
You have the right to reason?
we could reason. The animals can't. They see the animals are put in the earth to do one thing, eat. An animal won't kill anybody unless they're hungry.
Yeah.
I mean, they say you can walk to a lion after he's had a full meal, and you could sit down and pat him. He won't. He's so tired, he just wants to go to sleep. But the thing is, we have the right to be able to go take opinions. Don't take what your doctor said. He's not the know-all.
Yeah, well, not everybody knows everything.
No, of course.
Now, if you asked me how to deliver a baby, I wouldn't know. I delivered 40 babies, but I can't remember what I did those days. That didn't appeal to me. This appeals to me. The musculoskeletal, the pain problems, because they're not well done. We do it well. I mean, we treat a low back pain in one day.
Wow.
If you walk in with the pain down the side of your leg, you will walk out without that pain, and it will not come back.
Of course, you decide cause and effect.
And I'm giving you a promise over the air. I mean, what more could I do? Take advantage of it, people. It's just crazy.
So if you want to talk to Dr. Pannozzo direct, you can call 800-889-0267. That's 800-889-0267. Or you could go to the chat room at Pannozzo. That's PANNOZZO.TV, and Freddy here and Gio are working on the board to answer any question you want. So I want to go back to this insurance thing because I think it's plaguing our nation.
Yes, it is.
I think we're in a situation that's terrible right now.
Now the next year, 16, is going to be really a bad year. That's when most of the Obamacare kicks in.
Right.
Now remember the death panels? They're in there. They said they got rid of them. Baloney. They didn't. They're going to empty all the nursing homes out. Because if you're in there dying of Alzheimer's, just a waste of money. Actually, it is. But as ethical human beings, we just don't do anything about it. We just keep paying.
I think
this next year is going to be really bad. So people ought to wise up. The companies, of course, they don't let you buy insurance across state lines. See, they didn't give us the thing we need to compete.
That's right.
There's no competition. Now there's going to be 5 major health companies in the world, in the United States. For all these people that are insured, come on, 5 companies?
Because the big ones are scooping up all the little ones and making it. So I think there's, I'm not sure, but like Blue Cross of Florida, if you sign up for Blue Cross of Florida and you're in New York and you get sick, you can't use it. Is that correct?
If you have Blue Cross of New York,
right,
one of their policies,
right,
they will go through the local.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Okay,
yeah, they take care of it. They pay each other off.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that because I know it says Blue Cross of Florida. Because I know with Medicare, you could basically go anywhere you want, and
now
they take care of you.
Medicare Advantage programs are going to take a big hit.
Yes,
they are going to scrutinize those like mad. So if I was in, you can do what I did. I bought the Medicare and the supplement, the 20%.
That's what I did.
And it's the best bargain going because you can go to any doctor you want to. They don't restrict you at all. It's written in the law that way. But see, all the subsequent laws from Medicare have restrictions in it. But the Medicare itself, the reason it passed was there's no restrictions on medical care. See?
That's smart.
So you got to know that. And so if you want to go wherever you want to go, you need the Medicare and the supplement. 2 bills you have to pay, but it's worth it. And otherwise, the Advantage programs aren't that good. They're under the thumb of the company to make money, and they're subject to the Medicare rules that you don't know about.
But isn't those 2 plans the most expensive plans?
The Medicare and the supplement, yes.
They're the most
They're
expensive.
not that expensive. No, you start spending money in a hospital or emergency room or any place, you know that's no money at all.
No. Well, Medicare, I think it's Part A is Medicare, and then you buy Part B, or is it the other way around? I think it's you buy Part...
Have to buy, the Part A is paid for you.
Yes.
From your Social Security.
That's
number.
correct. And
The
Part
Part
B...
B, you have to go outside. It's
Right.
any company has.
Yeah,
a
that's what I do.
supplement.
That's what I do.
'Cause
But
they
if
make
you're
money on it.
self-employed, you have to pay it yourself, right?
Yes.
That's what I'm looking at.
Well, usually you're retired anyway if you need a Medicare.
Yeah, but if you need Medicare, it kind of like Doc said, it comes out of your Social Security, and then you buy a supplement. But that
Right.
extra 20%, I think.
Yeah, but
right?
if you're self-employed and not retired,
It
then
doesn't matter. It's still the same.
you can buy it.
Yeah, they buy it for you at 65, and you just buy the supplement.
Right, but if you're not 65.
If you're not, you can't get Medicare unless you're 65.
Right, so what do you do? What's your next option if you're 40 years of age?
you got it.
Well-
You're held responsible what the insurance company's going to sell you.
That's what's going on right now. The
That's
plans
what's
are very
going on.
outrageous and don't cover anything.
I've had people call me up and say, which plans are you approved on? And they bought those, which was a very big compliment. But it's true, because you don't want any restriction in your plan.
Gotcha.
Because
Well-
who's going to make out for that? We don't know. I mean, it's a total loser. Analyze it. If you're restricted on where you can go,
Why go there? Why?
I don't know who's going to make out on that. Nobody. I mean, you don't make out. The insurance company, I don't know if they make out unless they force you to go to somebody who's cheap.
Obamacare's thing is this: they say there's more rules in the Obamacare things than there is in the Bible.
Yeah, they
stop
purposely
it. Stop it.
Is this thick?
They purposely brought it in a few years later instead of right away. I mean, this is a tragedy against American people, is what it is.
Well, because people are getting sick, and like if you put like yourself, Freddie, if you're under 65. You're going to have to. There's certain things that they'll take care of. If you want to spend more money, you'll get more stuff. So the more money you spend, the more doctors you could see. You always want to be the PO. You want to have the best plan.
But see, if they can eliminate the expensive procedures, then they're going to make money because they don't pay out.
So I'm glad you said that. Okay, that brings me to a point. Okay.
Yeah.
Someone comes in with knee where they have to replace a knee. I know what you said. Don't answer me yet. That's That's almost $65,000 for knee replacement plus everything that has to go with it.
Really? That much?
I don't make up the. I just now. You don't do that, and you could cure the problem.
Yeah, we could cure any problem with knees. Some are faster, some are slower, but
Right.
there's no hospitalization, no surgery. You die.
No narcotics.
You die with your own knee. No therapy, nothing. These are all medical treatment, doctor treatments, and we cure knee after knee after knee.
So now let me ask you a stupid question. Let me play devil's advocate. Why, if the insurance companies are trying to save money, would they pay out to these doctors that kind of money when you could guarantee that you could fix it? I don't understand.
Because that's what they know. They don't know anything else.
Okay.
Okay?
So
And the
It's
people.
being honest.
The people keep going to orthopedic surgeons, and they approve of the surgery. So there you go. You got the willing payer, and you got a willing recipient, and that's
perfect.
What you got.
Well, you know what? I know when people hear this, is saying, what the hell is this guy talking about? Well, let me tell you, I've seen, because I brought in a friend. You don't bring in a friend unless you've done it yourself. And there's a question here about a groin.
Yeah,
Okay, I've gone. You've gone, Freddie.
I've gone.
And so we could recommend people. I recommended a guy who went in for a knee surgery. I'll mention his first name. You know who it is.
Yeah.
And he had 2 bad knees from running all his life. He was a marathon runner. He had surgery on one knee. He saw you with the other knee. His knee that he had the surgery on still gives him pain, and he takes aspirin for that. The knee that you did is fine.
Yeah. Yeah,
And it-
that's the way it is.
Yeah. So
The inside of the knees are never a problem. It's always
Right.
on the outside.
Okay.
Now, everything I'm telling you, you can verify. Go to your library and get an anatomy book, physiology book, and read it. There is no pain fibers inside the knee. None. So, but what's in there is a feedback nerve that tells you where that knee is, but it's not painful. The pain is on the outside. So if you get a pain, why operate the knee? It's the ligament on the outside. So we could treat bow-leggedness. We could treat the valgus knees that go out like that. We could treat knees that have trouble climbing because it's not in front, it's in the back.
Oh, we had someone that had that, right? You fixed somebody that had that climbing stairs.
These are all things that I treat every day. I mean, that's why I remember. I'm not that good. But anyway, so knees should not be operated at all, and therapists do not have a program for that.
We still have that same challenge, everyone. What's the name of the restaurant that we go to that we love?
Francesca's.
Now, Francesca's is not a sponsor of ours, but we're willing to give you dinner for two, lunch for two, if you could go into Dr. Pannozzo and to show us that you didn't get cured for the pain you came in with. So in other words, if you have pain in the right leg and he fixes your right leg, don't come back with the left leg and say he didn't fix it. Of course, it doesn't work that way. It's got to be the pain you came in with. So I'm going to give you the number if you want to call Dr. Pannozzo online.
This is the best food, I tell you. It's really
Yeah,
good.
I know. We would take Freddy, but Freddy freaked out on us. 800-889-0267.
Read some questions there.
Want some questions? Are you done with that? Oh, wait, I want to
We're
talk.
done with what? The insurance?
Okay, we're done with insurance
Can
now.
never be done with
Okay.
insurance. It's a rotten mess is what it is.
Talking to the mic, Les.
I was reading about and hearing about this new thing, doctor, called cryogenics for pain, where they put you into this case and they get it down to like 30 degrees below zero, and it's supposed to get rid of all your pain and make you feel like great.
Sure, you're gonna be numb. You're gonna be frozen like a popsicle.
Well, you tell you'll be dead.
Yeah, minus 30.
So,
I mean, you lower your temperature,
Things will
your
fall
heart
off.
rate goes down to nothing, you know?
so one of their big things is that Floyd Mayweather goes for it. So I went to look this up. You know me, I just look it up. There were 36 pages of stuff. You know what? And you know what? It came out. We don't know if this stuff really works.
It can't work. And the reason is, what is the reason it can't work? You've heard me talk a lot.
Cause and effect. Where
Cause
is
and
the pain
effect.
coming
What
from?
pain are
Right,
you
Colleen?
treating?
Where is the pain coming from? They don't know. They just put
Well,
it
if
in the
you're
machine.
frozen like a popsicle, you're not gonna feel any pain.
See the difference in my office, you actually know where that pain's coming
Yes.
from. I'm going to put my finger right
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you about when you check my groin, I jump so high.
Remember, the doctor cannot treat something he doesn't see
Right.
or feel. He's got to know what he's treating. If he doesn't know, then your treatment's a failure. It just works like that. So when we treat a pain problem, we happen to know where it is and why it is.
Mhm.
And then we give you, we suggest treatment for you. And if you take it, you walk out of there without that pain. That pain does not come back.
Yeah, well, I know. And if you don't
Now,
believe
that
me,
doesn't
folks.
mean your whole lower back or neck
No, of
is
course not.
treated. No, we're just talking about what you come in with. Because you get a choice. I mean, I'm not going to treat the whole body in one day. I mean, I can't. I got people waiting. So you have to pick out what you want treated.
Where the
And
most
then
pain comes from.
we do that. And then you come back next time, we do something else. But that's the way it works.
Now, you could always go to Dr. Pannozzo's office at 16244 Military Trail, right across the street from
Walmart.
Walmart. So when you and see,
Yeah,
the
they
proof
can
is in the
come-
pudding.
They can just come in there and sit and listen to people.
I mean,
It's okay with me.
and I also told
I only have 6 chairs, so
Doc, I've seen people sitting outside eating a sandwich. I've seen people waiting for you because, let me tell you something. Anyone that complains about waiting, go to any regular doctor today and see how long you wait to see that doctor. I mean, so don't tell me you waited too long. What Dr. Pannozzo does with a lot of doctors don't. If it's a really serious problem, he'll take you in first. I mean, if you're in really bad pain like you were and I was, he'll take you in first.
Well, I seen people go in there and they gotta wait. I said, well, how long you had the pain? 10 years. So you're going to wait another 30 minutes.
Well, the golfer that came in waited.
Very good, Freddy.
I mean, come on.
That's true.
This is ridiculous.
I always ask people, I apologize for waiting so long, but they say it's worth it.
Of course, it's worth it.
Everybody gets
Absolutely.
what they need. And so what more can you do? You know, you can't shortchange anybody. And you get no drugs, though. You get no drugs.
So if you're looking to get
whatsoever.
drugs, folks, don't come.
That's right. And if you're taking your painkillers and you want to keep popping pills,
Don't come in.
Don't do yourself a favor. Get off of the pain so he can see you in pain and he can resolve the issue.
Yeah, that's a good point there.
I mean, they love popping them pills. 10 years?
Yeah, people come in there and they don't have a lot of pain, and they say, "Well, I took a pain pill this morning." I said, "What'd you do that for? You were coming here to
Come back tomorrow.
You know, get smart."
I saw that lady that you helped her, and she wanted to continue to take the pills.
Are you
said,
serious?
why? Yeah. Well, she's higher than a kite. She's addicted. But this is what happens. You take painkillers and you keep taking them.
And the other bad thing about painkillers is it causes a lot of problems with your stomach. What's the only thing to take, Doc? If you have pain?
Aspirin.
Aspirin. Do not take Tylenol.
No, Tylenol, nothing else will help you. Aspirin is anti-inflammatory.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, all pain is inflammation.
Right.
It's all of it's an injury, whether it's low back pain, scoliosis, migraine, shoulder pain, hip, all of that.
I used to take codeine.
Ooh.
Ugh.
I had a muscle something in my chest from playing baseball. And 2 weeks went by, and I was taking this for 2 weeks, you know. I went to see the doctor again. I got clearance to go play ball again. And I said, "Can I have the pills back?" And he looked at me. He says, "No." And I says, "Come on, Doc." He says, "No." He says, "Doc, but when I heard here, no." So he says, "No." But a lot of people continue to take these pills. And I love what they tell you. "Doc, I've been taking this so long. I just can't get off them because I'll have a heart attack. I have an aneurysm. I'll drop dead. I'll fall in the supermarket."
You know what I say? Go back to wherever you got them. I'm not prescribing.
But they keep taking them.
Well, that
Is what I'm saying.
But here's what they don't
Psychologically,
realize.
they got to get off of that stuff.
I don't really care whether they do,
No.
whatever they do outside the office.
Right.
We're going to do whatever it takes on the complaint you come in with, and we will knock that complaint out.
That's right.
But when you leave that office, I don't know what you're doing, and that's up to you. The other thing is, when you walk in my office, don't tell me what the other guys said. I said,
I saw that too.
well, they're
So-
failures. I mean, you're in my office.
That means it didn't work.
Yeah, so why even remember that? Let's start from scratch, and which is what we do, whether you like it or not. We just start from history, clinical exam, really basic medicine. This is a basic medical office with a lot of nice techniques.
And before we go and
Beautiful
break, I'm going to say one thing. Narcotics only does one thing. It works on the brain, doesn't work or cure the pain.
That's true.
Okay, so I'm going to take a break. So I'm going to give you the number to call the hotline. It's 800-889-0267. And if after 12 o'clock you want to talk to Dr. Pannozzo direct, it's 561-381-5800. We're going to take a little break
What was
now.
the number?
For which? To
call the doctor.
to call the doctor, it's 561-381-5800. And if he picks up the phone, he always does.
Why are we doing this program?
To help people to understand that there's an alternative to get good medical care. We want to educate you.
These are new ideas. That
Education is the most important
Right.
thing when you
don't-
have to go to a doctor.
Right. They don't teach us in medical.
No, they don't. And that's what I want to talk about when you get back. So, Colleen, we're going to take a little break now. We'll be back in about 60 seconds. 60 seconds.
Hi, it's Leah here to tell you about Dr. Anthony Pannozzo. He's a pain specialist located in southern Palm Beach County. So if you are somebody that you know is suffering,
90 seconds.
Dr. Pannozzo is the one you guys need to call, and make that call today because living in pain is no way to go through life. Dr. Pannozzo has been in practice now for more than 49 years. He's treated more than 73,000 patients for pain. He's an expert when it comes to diagnosing the pain, and he has had huge turnarounds. In fact, people living with scoliosis, he has had nearly a 100% turnaround. Lumbar pain as well. If you've got lower back pain, if you're suffering with migraines or flat feet pain, maybe pain in your elbows, your neck, your shoulders, Dr. Pannozzo can help you. And the greatest thing is he can help you without drugs, without surgery, and without having to go through weeks and months of rehabilitation. Give him a call today. Set up an appointment. It's 561-381-5800. Tune into his show Sundays, 11 to noon.
You're listening to Dr. Pannozzo's Sports and Medicine Hour with Dr. Anthony Pannozzo. If you have constant pain and want to talk about how to get rid of it without surgery or medication, or simply want a second opinion,
It's going to play after this because I couldn't get it in before.
800-889-0267 to get your pain issues resolved. Now, more of Dr. Pannozzo's Sports and Medicine Hour.
We're back. Doc, one of the things I want to ask you when we left, to me, that's very important is how you're able to diagnose that pain just by looking at it. I remember when Leah walked in with terrible pain in her ankle, and you, just by watching her walk, knew it wasn't the ankle. How were you able to do that? I mean,
Well, that's the art of medicine.
Okay, but a lot of doctors can't do that.
Well,
Yeah, he did that to me.
Yeah, he did to me, too.
I said, Doc, I got a pain in
Look,
my shoulder. He says, no, you don't. And
look,
he
let me-
pointed in the front and started to cry.
Yeah, let me tell you, the orthopedic surgeons do not do this work.
No, I
They
know
do
that.
surgery work. Chiropractors do not do this kind of work.
No.
They do, I don't know what they do. Physical therapists do not do this kind of work.
Right.
They do try to make you stronger because they feel that you're painful because you're weak. That is not true.
No.
Acupuncturist. There is no such thing as a good treatment there. There's no science behind
No,
that. So
absolutely
they don't
not.
do this kind of work. Did I miss anybody yet? A massager doesn't do this. They don't know anything about anatomy of pain production. All they know is muscles. Okay,
Plastic
so they don't do this
surgeon. Botox.
Plastic surgeons don't do this kind of work either. So that leaves me with musculoskeletal physician and those who do this kind of work. And as far as I know, I'm pretty much we do more of this than anybody else.
Oh, I don't think anyone does
I know
what you
that
do.
because my colleagues, I get patients from the failure of my colleagues, and they get them from me too. I mean, so, but we have pretty much 100% cure rate.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what the saying is, do what you like, and you'll never work a day in your life. And you really enjoy what you do, and you can see it when you come in. You're always happy. There's the opera going on, and you're doing all your stuff, and people get cured. And that, to me, is the most...
Mozart.
You want to take some questions?
Sure.
Okay. Jane from Twitter asks, I've seen your show a couple of times and wanted to ask if painkillers with the area inflamed wrist, such as a shoulder pain, will it eventually go away, and is this a sign that the area is healed?
The anti-inflammatories, which is aspirin's the only one,
Right.
Will treat some of it, but in fact, the shoulder continues to deteriorate.
Mm-hmm.
Scar tissue is
Right.
what we're talking about. Will get stiffer and stiffer, and so you wake up one day and you have no motion at all, and you can't sleep. We take care of that. You sleep the same day that you come in. In other words, if you can't sleep on that shoulder, and I treat you one time, you will sleep that night.
That's
It's
amazing.
a special exam that only we do. I developed it myself. It is fantastic.
I bet someone would love to buy that machine that you have, wouldn't they?
It's not a machine. It's how you think about it. It's an exam.
But it's amazing. I mean, how many doctors out there can actually look at someone, watch the way they walk, and know exactly what the problem is and fix it? Not many.
Well, no, if they don't do this kind of work, they're
Right.
not going to do that. No.
Okay, now here's one that's near and dear to my heart. Bobby from Google Plus writes this. Les says, by the way, I'm Les.
That's why it's dear to his heart. Because
I know, it's me.
He used his name.
He says that he received a shot for the groin, but did he have a pull or did he hurt himself while doing something? Okay, first of all, I didn't know where I got it. Dr. Pannozzo kept on asking me questions and
Let
found...
me answer the question.
Okay, that's my question. Okay.
There are 5 areas in the groin that can be painful, and they're all due to injury. You cannot have any pain without an injury. It's just impossible. So we pick out. In fact, we were talking about with Jeff DeForest just last couple days ago about this. Because there's a football player or a baseball player, I forget what it was. He couldn't walk off the field. They had to bring a cart for him. And he laid down, and he was doing this to his Well, you can't see it, but he was lifting his knee. And I knew he had one of these 5 places. Now, what we do with those, we just inject them all if there's one or two, and you go right back out that field. It's if it's right, it heals overnight, and it doesn't bother you the next day.
Bobby, let me just tell you this. I was sleeping for 2 days on a chair. And the reason I didn't go to Dr. Pannozzo was Saturday and Sunday. I didn't want to bother him. I was in Monday.
He's afraid of needles.
Oh yeah, that's true. But guess what? In two shots, that was 8 months ago. I'm fine. Now here's what else he said. Okay, wait. His doctor ordered him ice and lots of rest for
That's
this groin
baloney.
injury.
Ice and rest doesn't do a thing for you. Not a thing. It just makes you worse.
All right.
You're just going to be hurting more.
Ice should be used in your mixed drink.
They want to freeze the body, Doc.
Like a nice scotch with some ice in it? Okay.
It's so dumb. I mean, just think about it. When somebody says to you, ice it, you've got to walk away from that person like you idiot. I mean, how can you talk like that?
Well, they use ice and compression in the NFL.
I know. It's dumb.
And the MLB, they use ice and compression.
But why?
I'm trying to figure that out.
They don't know what they're treating, so they're taking the lowest common denominator.
Muscle?
Yeah, but you could get someone on the field right away.
Muscle is never muscle.
You get someone on the field right away. Give it a guy $100 million to play football. He's out for 1 year.
But that's the mentality.
Can you tear a lat? L-A-T?
No.
Can you sprain it?
No.
Can you cut it?
No.
Oh my God! Do you know who the Mets are? They're a professional team.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna say this out loud.
Okay.
They got a young kid up there. He's from Queens, and he's 2-0. He's great. He can hit like he's another great player. Tears the lat. Tears in California. L-A-T. The lat. Never heard of a lat? I said I gotta ask you.
The lats are right here.
I have no idea.
It's called a latissimus dorsi. It's this big muscle in the back.
Right.
Well, he can't pitch. He's out for 6 weeks.
You know how long it takes to fix that? About 5 minutes.
Wow.
If they
Doc,
know
can
how,
you tear
and they
it?
don't know how. You cannot tear anything.
Wow.
Okay, we got a flight in New York.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing going now. You know, it's a tear. It's a tear. It's a tear. A tear of what? Oh, you tore your shoulder. You tore your tendon there. You tore this, tore this. So what did you do to do that? How can you tear anything? Well, they just sprained it, or that's usually what it is, just a sprain. But they're reporting tears all the time, and the MRI should not be done because they're always reporting a tear.
That's what they use in MRI.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's terrible.
And the Mets don't know what to
MRIs
do with
are not
themselves.
that good. You know who's doing it? A radiologist. What does he know about musculoskeletal medicine?
Nothing, actually,
Nothing.
really.
They don't know anything
They
about
took him
it.
to Dr. James Parks.
Oh, my goodness. I don't know who that is.
I don't either.
He's the biggest.
Biggest what?
I don't know.
Oh, surgeon? Oh.
I don't know. All I know is that my favorite player is not pitching because for 6 weeks, Doc, not 6 minutes. He's
How
on
did
the
they
deal.
pick that out 6 weeks?
Well, this is the thing.
They don't even know what they're treating.
Well, this is the
Now,
embarrassment.
here's the thing. They can have a dorsal pain, which refers over to the lat. Now, you could sprain that, and that's also treated in 5 minutes.
Well, this is the strange thing because he's got to come to Port St. Lucie to rehab.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll be down here, but after,
What kind of rehab is he
I
going
have
to?
no idea. They're being very quiet about this one.
Why?
It's embarrassed me because I don't think they know what they're doing.
They don't know.
So they reported as a lad, 6 weeks on the shelf. He's on the DL. And this kid, he's better than anything the Mets have brought up. He's the best. The kid hits, he hits home runs. He's a pitcher. He can play short. This kid is unbelievable. And he has a torn lat. I said, what the hell's a lat?
You can't have a torn lat. You just can't.
We have to call up the organization.
Well, you're in the sports part of this business,
He's going
so
to
you
Port St.
call.
Lucie. What's importantly?
That's what they
The Mets
train.
farm team.
That's
What?
what they train.
That's the farm team is Port St. Lucie.
Yeah, that's what they train. I think the New York
He has to
Yankees
do
do
a
that too.
rehab.
Yeah.
He does a rehab before they let him go back to the major team.
What does that mean?
He takes 6 weeks off, no pitching.
Yeah.
And then he does rehab at
Well, what is
Port
it?
St. Lucie.
What
He'll
is
pitch
re-
some games.
what
He'll
is rehab?
lift some
What-
weights.
what-
I don't know, Doc. And then they'll have him back in 2 months.
They lowered the level of care if they did that.
That's very true.
And this is a professional team. They pay this guy maybe
Who's
$900,000.
leading the team? I mean, I can't believe the thinking.
The
is
owners, the owners hire those guys.
Well, I know, but who are these people? Don't know how to think.
And if I were to tell you what the rest of the pitching staff looks like, with the Tommy John surgery.
Oh, the Tommy John. You know, you can look that up. Look at Tommy John surgery on your computer, and they'll even show you what they're doing. Do you know that ligament that they're changing is this big?
Yes.
Can you see that?
Did you see where they get it from? The leg?
Oh, what is Tommy John
But
surgery?
you can't hurt that. You
Well, they're
can't-
replacing it.
I know. It's a scam, I think. I mean, hey, they're going to come and get me. I know that.
Well, they can't come and get you if you're telling the truth, and we've seen it happen.
I tell the truth because we treat shoulders.
Okay,
we
so-
treat shoulders and elbows. We treat elbows. We treat them to normal.
Well, you saw what happened to the guy brought in with the elbow.
Yeah, well, this
2
happens
shots.
all the time, you know. This happens all the time.
You know what? I'm not even going to say anymore. I'm going to take another question because it's very
There are
frustrating.
good surgeries, but
Yeah.
this is not one of them.
Well, Tommy John, I mean.
And the ACL is not one of them either.
Okay, Robert
That's
from
another
Survey.
one.
I'm sorry?
That's another one that the NFL lives on. The
Oh, God.
ACL.
That's all you say. Oh, he tore his ACL.
Everybody
he ripped his
does.
ACL.
You know what? It goes like a music. ACL.
Yeah.
ACL. Torn ACL. So I don't even know what you mean by that. I know that knee backwards and forwards.
Yeah, I
and
know.
You can't get to it. There's no way. It's in the middle of the joint.
So all you tennis players and all you football players and all you soccer
You
players,
got to
when
stay away from the surgeons. You got to go to musculoskeletal guys like me. We fix these things.
I mean, it's worth just to go in and see you. Well, let's take another question because I get very frustrated when I hear this because
too.
I know what it was like. Because Freddy, he lost 6 inches, now he's up 2 inches. Robert from Survey Monkey asks, how can you fix flat feet if no one on this planet offers a way to fix this problem? Why does flat feet exist?
Wait a minute. He said no one on this planet offers a treatment. I did. I just offered that treatment.
No. Besides, aside of
me.
you.
Oh, besides me.
I'm just saying what Robert says, Doc. I don't. You got to understand this. They send these in, and I get a copy of it. So tell him how you. Don't tell him how. All we know is we're not going to tell you how he fixes them.
Well,
he fixes them.
I did the basic research on that.
Yeah.
It took me a few years to do this, but I had to figure out what makes a flat foot.
Right.
Paul's on.
You got to reverse that so that the arch comes back.
You don't have to push anything.
Okay. Oh, we got a call. Thank you. Hi. Who's this?
It's Paul.
Paul. Paul who?
Hey, good
hi,
morning.
Paul. It's the other Doc.
Yeah, Paul. So
Okay, well, I got you both. We'll do the questions together, okay? You ready, Paul?
This is the doctor west of the Mississippi.
West of the Mississippi, Paul. East of the
Right.
Mississippi, the other doctor. Edward
Yeah,
from
I heard that. I just heard that comment about a flat foot. Yeah, you got to control that heel.
Okay.
But that angled wedge, the angled orthotic there, that is a nice little tool.
yeah, I developed that.
Wow, that's right. That's the one that
Pretty
he
good.
gave you, Freddie. That
I have one.
Okay, so we're going to take another
What he's talking about is a wedged one. It's smaller on one side, larger on the other, and it
Oh,
forces.
I don't have that one.
It forces the flat foot to become normal over.
Is that
a period
new?
of time. Well, we've been doing that for 20 years. I think.
Wow.
No, Doc gave me the other wedge.
Yeah, you have the other wedges. Okay. Okay, here you go, guys. Edward from Facebook asks, I'm a photographer and I use my hands every day. My wrist and my fingers are always inflamed. I thought it was because I use my hands a lot, but now I think it's something else to do with my tendons. Can you help my condition and will I be able to work the same day?
Yes.
Oh, that's what your
Man,
father
look
said
at
yes
Paul.
also.
Paul, running to
He
the
got
front.
it right there before the
He's a
I'm
chip off.
younger. My reflexes are faster. And
yeah.
He's
Yeah,
a,
that's
he's a chip off the old block.
yeah. Well, I see what you wrote. Yes.
I'm the old block.
Yeah, you're the old block. Okay. Let's get another one. Remember, you got to stump just one of them, guys. Harry, go. I'm
we're
sorry.
getting that other one. It's either carpal tunnel or, which it can be, or some tendons, or it's both. Maybe
Yeah,
some joint pain.
Yeah, usually it's the ligaments in the joint. There's 8 bones in there.
Well, speaking
Most
about
common
carpal,
joint for arthritis is the base of the thumb, so probably combination of all of those. But all
So
those
he's
are
this guy's
treatable.
making a diagnosis for himself,
Right.
which may not be true. If you're available, come in for an exam. It's real fast.
so you could fix carpal tunnel syndrome too that everyone's getting
Yeah, we
operated
do.
on.
Yeah, we do.
Wow.
And people get surgery to repair them.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we should try this first because you may not need surgery.
Okay. Harry from Survey Monkey writes, went to the doctor today. I guess that was yesterday. to replace both my hips. Wow. They say my hips were bad from birth, and I need to replace both of them. Is this assessment correct? Can you be born with bad hips? And the biggest question is, can you help me?
Degenerative hip. It's probably talking.
Can you be born with bad hips? I don't
You
know.
cannot be born with bad hips. And
Wow.
to replace both hips at one time is really ridiculous. I mean, not replacing any hip is
Right.
ridiculous. But we could straighten those out and equal the weight bearing, right, Paul? And it's really capsule ligaments that are a problem, not the hip itself.
Well, I mean, maybe depends on. Generally, we don't know what kind of what they're born with. You know what I mean? That there's a congenital deformity or something. So, that's a question I don't know. I can't answer that question.
Well, you have to examine them, and
have to
usually
see.
it isn't. And
Yeah.
that's a euphemism. They just throw this stuff out like crazy.
Okay, guys, let's go to another one. John from Tumblr writes, I have been told I need to fuse my neck to keep it balanced and to allow me to function on everyday tasks. They have a new procedure to reduce the pain. They even show it to you on a video and explain that the new procedure will remove 90% of the discomfort. I don't even know what that video is. So.
I seen it. I saw the video. They put it on television. We'll get to that.
Okay. And he says 90% of discomfort of the area will need surgery. The video shows them putting things between the vertebrae, and the whole ordeal is very scary. Will your treatment remove the pain in my head and shoulders and back
Yes.
and stabilize my neck?
Yes, the basic principle here is that mobilization is the key to success. You don't want to fuse anything,
Okay.
especially when you have to have a mobile neck. You don't want to put anything in there. You lose your mobility. And in order to do a simple task, if you're fused, the other structures do more. So the way it's designed is that when you put your head down or turn it, all these little parts work together. So they all have a small amount of motion. Now, if you take some motion out, then other areas get more. So that confuses the issue. But if you break through the reasoning, which is mobilization is the key to success, not fusion. So you never want to have to fuse anything.
Paul,
Yeah,
what-
surgery is for arm pain and leg pain, not neck pain or back pain. Surgery's outcomes are better when the nerve is affected,
Yeah, but
for whatever reason.
Yeah, that's a rare thing, though, Paul.
So,
Nobody-
so you'd have surgery for arm pain or leg pain, not neck pain or back pain. Usually, a surgeon will tell you, adios. You go and see them with axial pain; they won't even consider you.
Well, I think that's it's a little more than we think about it. Arm pain does come from the neck, so if you treat it, arm pain.
Oh
has
yeah,
to go away.
that's true.
At
Okay.
least you should try that.
Yeah. Let me give you west of the Mississippi west of the Mississippi's number. You had to do that. Paul, you give your phone number out to everyone, please.
Sure, 623-776-8686.
Okay, do that one more time, please.
623-776-8686.
Yeah,
And
he's
if-
got 3 offices, so you should be able to make an appointment.
And you're east of the Mississippi. What number do they call to see you?
Oh, 561-381-5800.
Okay, now we're gonna go back to some more questions.
But I seen.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I seen the video. There's a doctor in Miami that's putting it out as a commercial, and he's actually telling people that he has a new procedure to fuse your spine for injury, and they put these things between the vertebra. So they spread it and they and then there are 4 screws on this plate that fuses. I guess that's the way they fuse it
There's
together.
nothing new there. That's the same old crap that we've been listening to, and I just went over that. You never fuse anything. Mobilization is the key to success, never fusion.
Correct. But what he's offering is the opportunity to heal by, and they start by healing by actually restricting, which is kind of strange.
Yeah,
They can't.
But
It's-
remember, you don't fuse for neck pain. You
Right.
fuse for arm pain. There's a lot of arm pain. The nerve is affected for whatever
Well,
reason. You can consider it. You have to take out
Yeah, well,
the bone, but
we
not
never
for.
we never We never refer for surgery. Never.
Try to stay away from that. Absolutely.
Okay, let me take another one. Lieutenant Johnson, who's an ex-Marine, writes on Facebook, I'm a veteran of 4 tours overseas. I have screws and metal rods in my left leg due to military action, and VA has treated me with painkillers and ice to remove the pain in my lower back and leg. I am no longer on active duty, but continue to feel the pain of the metal put into my leg. Will your medical treatment help me with the pain in the area, and does it matter if I have screws and rods in the leg?
It doesn't matter at all. It's musculoskeletal medicine.
Right.
You have to deal with the scar tissue, and we do.
Okay.
So we reduce that scar tissue in 1 or 2 days, and that's it.
Amazing.
Also, when they replace knees because of pain or something, it's all scar tissue. There's nothing to replace.
Well,
Titanium doesn't hurt.
I would think so.
We don't have all the information on that last case, but sometimes that hardware can be removed, after, in a limb. If the bone heals, you could take the hardware out.
Well, I've never been successful in getting the hardware out.
Really?
No, they won't do it. There's no money in it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've had some people who did it. They had a hardware removed. It's been done over a couple places, but people go for revision, so it can be done. Sure.
Yeah, but sure, find somebody to do it.
Yeah, that's got to be some, yeah. Well, let me say, when you take the rods, doesn't parts of the body fuse, get attached to those rods?
Well, it's scar tissue around them.
Yeah, right. I mean, scar tissue around
it doesn't interact with those rods. It just, there's a lot of scar tissue around it because you're traumatizing the whole damn thing.
So you would get rid of that scar tissue?
It is so repugnant to me to even think about it. Don't do it.
Okay, let's see. We got another question here. And Archie writes, from Survey Monkey, he says, I have been on pain meds for a long time for a painful lower back. Nothing seems to work, but the increase of pain meds has made me start to worry that my body needs more medication. There are days I can't function or go to work, and my doctor tells me that there's nothing more they can do for my condition. I have a bulging disc in the lower region, and surgery is the only thing they say that will repair the area. I don't want surgery. What can I do?
You come and see me, and I'll treat that. And that's one of the things we treat the same day you walk in.
Okay.
The lower back, we have figured it out absolutely completely. And I know someone's going to criticize me for talking.
Well, I hope
probably Paul. He's gonna...
Oh, it's Paul. Paul, you're going to criticize your father when he says that? He's laughing.
Well, I don't speak in absolutes as often, but there are 2 problems. There's back pain, but then you have this opioid dependence. She's on pain pills, and she needs more and more of them.
Yeah, he said he needs more and more pain pills to alleviate the pain.
It's no problem with those. The more you take, the longer you take, the more you need, and
because it acts on the brain.
They lower your pain thresholds too. So, maybe things that wouldn't be perceived as painful are perceived as more painful.
Yeah, well, that person there is not being realistic. He knows better. He's just asking for more medication. Don't do it. Don't go take more medication.
It works on the brain. It doesn't work on the problem.
These are only little ligaments. They're only this big that cause you the pain. That's all they are.
Well, if you can see on the camera, it's about an inch big, maybe, or
less.
Yeah.
Sometimes less.
Wow.
And that's where the pain comes from. Those are all treatable if you know how.
Well, and the other thing to say is that a bulge is a normal age-related finding. Bulges don't hurt.
Very good.
This bulge is not a disc protrusion.
Yeah.
Which can be. Sometimes those are not painful.
But it's
but everyone's got bulges, and those are never problems.
It's ligaments anyway. If you have a bulge on one side, you have a tightness on the other side. I mean, you have to understand the physiology of the spine, how it works. And we figured it out, and I can't be stumped anymore.
Well,
I feel bad for Francesca because she's not going to be able to...
No, so what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to start going there and eating some more because we can't seem to stump the doctors. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, why? Okay, so Paul, we're getting close to the end of the show, so I want to make sure that the people up in your area take note of where you're located and your phone number. So if you give your main office address.
Sure. Address, 8877 West Union Hills Drive. Peoria, Arizona.
Okay. How's the weather up there, by the way?
Not too bad. Not
You should.
maybe about 105 today. Not bad.
105. Oh
yeah,
my God.
that's very good. 105 is good.
It's
It's
good.
far more tolerable in South Florida this time of year.
Oh, you're probably right. You're probably right. And your phone number, Paul?
623-776-8686.
No, Doc. This is actually we got finished with all the questions today.
I know. I want you to mark his number down so he doesn't have to say it.
Well, I wanted to say
We'll
so.
just give it.
Okay. We will mark it down. I will mark it down. Now, Dr. Pannozzo, I want people to know that they can get a hold of you after our show is over at 561-381-5800. I think it will do you a good service to come in and see the doctor.
Actually, if you just call me up, I answer the phone.
Yes.
I make all the appointments. And if you call me up, I will tell you if we can help you over the phone. I'll take a short history, and
Yeah.
then if you're really bad, we'll bring you in early. If not, you can wait your turn. But if I say I can help you, you can be sure I can do that.
That's 581-381-5800.
5800. Remember, migraine, one day, scoliosis. It takes more than one day, but you can actually see it improve on the fluoroscope. And the foot pain, you can actually will actually reduce the foot pain right then and there, first day.
Amazes me more is migraines. I mean, I see this, and that totally still to this day blows
isn't
my
that,
mind.
Isn't that amazing? The migraine
yes,
is
it does.
absolutely amazing.
People that have been suffering for years and years and years, and you're able to fix a migraine, and they say it can't be done. People say, and we had that lady, I think 2 weeks ago, Freddy, that was in such pain, went to every hospital you could possibly think of, and he cured it in 2 shots.
I don't know who you're talking to, but it's a normal.
Folks, you got to listen to me. Call after the show. So I'm going to let
Wait a minute,
Dr.
3 minutes.
Pannozzo take this call. Everyone out there, I want to thank you so much for listening to our show. We'll be here again next week. And Doc, I want to say what you're doing for the people in Florida is what we call in Hebrew a mitzvah.
Yeah.
You're curing people, preventing them from going in to the hospital, get surgery. And folks, do not listen to your insurance companies. Come see the doctor and be healthy again.
They're only trying to save money is all they're trying to do.
Yeah, but I mean, pain is something that's tough to live with.
It is unethical for them to act like
Right.
that. And insurance companies, they should work with the doctor who does the work, not their panel who don't do that work. I mean, nurse practitioners read the thing and they determine whether the insurance companies pay or not.
But they have no
don't do
knowledge of
this
what
kind
you do,
work.
though.
Anesthesiologists, they hire them. They don't do this kind of work.
You know, Doc, but the strange thing is that I think insurance companies are trying to trap the doctors from doing things that don't work. The pain is real.
Mm-hmm.
Let's assume the pain is real.
They have a wide brush.
Right.
Right,
They
but you go
don't
to a Botox
investigate.
guy, and they go to have Botox for migraines. They're not going to put down, I'm giving them Botox for migraines, because they're not going to pay for that.
Here comes the music, guys. Freddie, that's a good point. Doc, say goodbye to everybody. 581
Goodbye.
561-381-5800. You can call them after 12:30 while he takes his calls. Colleen, thank you. Freddie, thank you. Linda, thank you. And Gio, thank you.
ya.
Have a good one.
This has been the Dr. Pannozzo Sports and Medicine Hour with Dr. Anthony Pannozzo. If you spend 5 minutes with Dr. Pannozzo, you'll see he genuinely enjoys helping others. Visit Dr. Pannozzo online at www.paincentersnationwide.com or call him at 561-381-5800. Dr. Pannozzo will
Fox News
consult with
Radio
you
on
to
Richard
determine
Johnson.